Welcome back to Blood 2 The Chosen. Last time we made our way to a train station and had to walk down the tracks. It was probably the safer way to travel, in all honesty. Today we're starting by dodging a train. Jump over to these goodies if you can now. I apparently can't. Anyway, today we're looking for an alternate route to the subway station to get where we're needed, and that's going to involve a quick trip through Cabalco's newest housing district. This level's name is Love Canal, and there's going to be a lot of canal, and that means a lot of swimming. The plus side is, in spite of all the water, bone leeches are only in one area, and you don't even need to go there. Okay. Ladder physics, like everything else in this game, are a little wonky, but with a little gentle mashing of the spacebar, we eventually free ourselves, and pick up some flares, and open the path. Beyond that gate is a small waterfall type thing. I don't think it's the kind of thing any other engine from around the time really tried to do, but that's probably because that's not how swimming up a falling current works. Eventually the door to the other side opens and another of our friends comes through, and like always I somehow jump directly into one of his fireballs. That's that then. There are bone leeches on the other side of this other door, but there's no reason to go back there. It just leads up to that switch near the ladder from earlier. Come to think of it, I don't think I get the reason for this switch. It's supposed to open that door, yeah, but if you wait long enough the Drudge Lord opens it from his side anyway. More falling water here. This stuff is super hot or something, so you take damage if you just walk through it. Groovy. Again. Yeah, okay. I think this game is getting less stable the more I play it. Yeah, more Shikari. Fuck that, I'm moving on. Zealots, that's a little better. Right. There's holes in the floor here. If you turn on the flashlight, you can clearly see the bottom of them, but this is still an unsurvivable fall as far as the game is concerned. Good thing the guys that teleport all over the place don't actually fly. No, let's just accept it and move on. Grab a little extra napalm before we go. More zealots, and no bottomless pits for them to deliberately fling themselves into.
No one wants to play with me. That's right, who's laughing now?
Alright then. There's a civilian in here too, but unless you run directly into the room, there's basically no way he's lasting long enough to actually see him. T-posing won't save you now.
Who must have blinked?
And with that out of the way, we come up to probably my favorite part of the game. And unlike when I tried to LP this game 10 years ago, the audio is actually working. What we got here is a canal lock type system. Where does it lead? I don't know. Just hit the first switch here and we're on our way. The first gate opens and we get access to a small barge. Hop onto that and hit the switch and it moves forward. The gate closes behind us, so now it's time to head to the levers again. Head back and the water level in this section starts rising. This part really stuck with me because it's impressive on a technical level. It's been 20 years since this game and I can't think of any other game that's ever made a working canal lock like this. I'm probably a little biased though because I distinctly remember learning about canal locks right around the same time I first played this game. Hit the last switch, the water level here rises, and we have our ticket to the exit. And we immediately move from the most technically impressive part of the game so far to probably the most painful one. I don't even need to say anything, look at this bullshit. We got a new enemy type too, but fuck that, just keep running. Seriously? And we're right at the end, too. The smart thing, of course, is to back off immediately, ignoring that the game crashed for me the instant I tried it in a test run, or that my grenade bounced off of thin fucking air, and lure everything back to a spot where you at least have a chance of being able to dodge their attacks. Something important to note as well is that the M16's grenades will set each other off, so you can fire two at different spots to deal better damage. At least in theory. Anyway, keep throwing highly flammable and corrosive pesticide at them and eventually our efforts are rewarded with a life seed. Of course, that still leaves the fact that groups of Shikari are still spawning every 15 feet. We've also got another new enemy to deal with.
That's gotta hurt.
Well, that's rather rude. Anyway, these guys are called Choking Hands. Care to take a guess why?
I wish you wouldn't do
Yep. They were particularly cool in the first game because they'd actively obscure the heads-up display while doing their thing. Well, we got plenty of howitzer shells, might as well put them to use.
Make the hurting stop.
Yeah, okay, enough of that. Guaranteed flinching is nice, but not when it comes to the expense of any actual fucking damage. I can't wait to get another weapon that's worth using.
Who wants some, huh? Who's next?
Of course, now that the Shikari ambushes are dealt with, we have the next two Drudge Lords blocking access to the last room of the level. This is going to take a while, so let's skip ahead to something interesting. The The interesting bit being that I somehow got these two to start attacking each other. Unfortunately, it doesn't take much to get them to forget about their hatred for each other. Fortunately, getting them to low health seems to either make them flinch much more often and prevent them attacking, or just give them brain damage. Last two enemies of the level. You know what? Fuck them. The level just ends when you climb up the ladder here, so that's that. Next time we travel the Cabalco transit system for the third and thankfully final time.